What's up, Discord? Welcome back to another market analysis. Welcome back to another video, guys. Okay, so I don't even have my charts up. Let's see. Pull these things up real quick. Let's see what's going on. And we're on the wrong thing. Let's go to EU. Here we go. I think, yeah, okay, this is the right EU actually. Well, we're not on the wrong thing. We are in the right thing. All right, so I don't know where all my analysis has went. Okay, so it's only for EU. All right, I mean we'll mark up EU. Doesn't really matter. Nothing really has changed. But what's going on, guys? What is going on? So what are we seeing, guys? We're seeing bearish market, right? Same thing like I was talking about last week. Bearish market. I told you guys there was some liquidity above these highs that I was afraid of, and I mean I am still afraid of those highs, honestly. But you know, FOMC came in this week and we got this nice push down to the downside. So understand that we have made a completely new low underneath these lows right here. Let's go right there. Let's do that. Boom. So we've made a completely new low in these lows right here, right? But the market is not going anywhere, right? That's the problem here. The market is not going anywhere, right? So what do I mean by that? We're seeing the impulsive moves. Yes, we have these bearish impulsive moves to the downside, which is very good, telling us that sellers are still in control of this market. That is good to know, right? So as long as we continue to see those those bearish impulsive moves, and we're seeing small trailing moves like this, we can see that momentum is clearly towards the downside. So that is good, right? That is good. But we still want to be cautious of being overly aggressive at these price points here. Reason why I say that is compare these price points here, where now everyone's trying to sell here versus selling here, right? Not a lot of people was willing to sell the market here, and that's where we know a lot of sellers got in. Well, I'd say quote unquote smart money. Sellers got in here, institutions selling the market to the downside. So what I believe is potentially we're going to start seeing that retracement. It might not be now, it might be a couple weeks from now, we don't know, but potentially I want you guys to just keep that in the back of your heads for that potential retracement, that we can start seeing these areas getting validated. Why? Because these are not major areas with a lot of orders. The reason why I say that is because we know that the major areas is coming from here, and then ultimately this huge huge distro right there. So we have major areas that we can target, and these highs here that we are building, potentially an accumulation that's going to give us that reversal back into these major supply zones, right? For us to go lower, we could see something like that. But that is something that I want you guys to keep in the back of your heads, okay? So we always have to be able to see two sides of the market. You always have to be able to actually, get those views. It's really important. We don't want to be stuck on one side of the market, right? So as I say that, what do we see EU is doing right now? We're seeing these bearish moves to the downside. So I mean, right now what we're going to do, we're going to keep selling it, right? As long as the market continues to sell down, we're going to keep selling it. So let's analyze this a little bit more. Getting into it, we have a lot of liquidity above these highs, right? We can see these sessions here are not going higher, giving us these liquidity points. So what am I looking for? Honestly, I want us to come into this 15-minute SC right here above this liquidity. That'd be very, very amazing. Very, very good. Okay, here we go. 15-minute SC. Very, very good area that we could potentially sell from, as we know that FOMC reacted off this previous news candle that was sitting up there. Okay, FOMC gave us this move to the downside, breaking this low. So this is the next major area that I can see us coming into, right? Knowing that FOMC is what's holding us lower right now. We do have liquidity beneath these lows as well. So we do have, some potential moves that we can make here on EU. I would love for us to go higher above these highs, get into this supply zone, and then for us to take a sell targeting these lows. That'd be the best case scenario here on EU. That's what I'm looking for. That'd be the prime setup here on EU. That'd be the most probability trade here on EU. It's just looking for those sales above these highs. Okay, that's how I'd go with EU right now. Nothing crazy. We're not gonna do nothing crazy with EU. We're not gonna try to anticipate the the retracement, or I would say the what do you call that? Looking for the correct word. The reversal. We're not going to anticipate the reversal. We're going to wait for that reversal to actually happen. But, you know, we're not going to be overly aggressive as well. So make sure you guys are not being overly aggressive. That's why I am mentioning the reversal and telling you guys to keep that in the back of your head, because we do not want to be overly aggressive. Okay? So moving on to GU. Now, GU is showing us nice selling pressure to the downside. We officially broke our low here, which we know that GU was going to do as long as EU did that. So we have our major area sitting up here. So on GU, honestly, I can see a much more retracement back towards the upside. I would love to see that. Or maybe we're going to redistribute. I don't know. I just know that we have not came back into any of the supply areas here at all. Right, we can see the market is continuously just going to the downside, especially on GU. So what can I anticipate on GU? Let's go to the lower time frame. Let's see what type of price action we're getting. Nothing that I would say that is 100%, right? Well, I'm not seeing any accumulations yet. Now, this potentially is forming an accumulation. We do have this potential drive, another potential drive. We could have one more drive that gets us this potential accumulation, maybe getting back into this supply zone. Something like that is what I'd like to see. If not, right, this is the area that I want to sell from. I'm being 100% with you guys. This is where I'd like to sell GU from. I would not like to sell GU from any of these areas here. How I would sell GU here is what I would love to see is maybe we get a manipulation above these highs and then maybe a change of character, something like that, and then we can sell off GU, right? Maybe something like that. Maybe I want to see that, you know, kind of maybe bias of buyers trying to get in, trying to see that, you know, maybe buyers are trying to get in, and then once we invalidate that, that gives me more confidence to be like, okay, we're gonna continue to sell GU from these areas here, rather than just waiting for up here, right? I want to see that proof and evidence of, you know, sellers saying, okay, we're still selling, right? Or maybe just seeing let's say impulsive moves to the downside, something like that, that is saying, okay, sellers are still very much, you know, willing to keep the market going down here. We don't want to try to, you know, sell the market at these prices, especially these are potential discounted pricing, and we know that ultimately this is where our last evidence of sellers was at and our last major supply zone, right? Especially here as we're seeing the markets just fall off. Okay, we don't want to get caught in that. All right. Also, we're potentially approaching these demand zones here. We have an accumulation that's sitting right here. So we're potentially approaching this demand zone. So as well, we don't want to be trying to sell into demand, right? It doesn't matter. The market is bearish. Yes, we are in bearish control and we are in seller's control. But the probability of us just falling through this area here is less likely, guys, because we know that this is what created this huge push towards the upside. So the likeliness of us just continuously fall here is less likely, right? So that's why we got to be smart with our positions. Even if the market is still going to go down, I still expect at least some reaction from this area. Maybe just a small pullback, and that's exactly what I'm trying to look out for. Is we don't want to be selling the market aggressively and we get that pullback right here and just take unnecessary losses. Okay, so we want to be careful and make sure we're knowing what areas the market is in, where we're at, where do we want to sell, where do we want to buy, right? Because this could be a potential hedging opportunity to take the market down, and then once we get back into our supply zones, we sell the market for better RR. Okay, so that's my analysis here on GU. Just be careful. I am a seller on GU, but we just got to be careful. Just knowing where we want to sell from and actually identifying if we still want to sell from these areas here, whether or not we should be cautious because of that potential demand zone. So that is something we'll see coming up in the week, and I will continue to update you guys on that as long as the market is moving well. So moving on to AU is pretty good. I like the setup on AU. We have our official change of character. We know that this low here is what caused this here. So we have a change of character on these higher time frames. We had a smaller change of character here, right? All good stuff. We have this accumulation, reaccumulation, right? Pretty good market cycle going up to the upside. So what I would like to see is just us getting back into this 15-minute SC right here from FOMC, and I would love to see the market distribute from here. Okay, I would love to see a distribution out of the zone from AU. Once we see that, I'd love to see one more drive towards the upside, and then the market distribute from here. Change of character, anything like that would be pretty good for us. Okay, so let's see. That's pretty much it on AU. My bias has not changed. AU is actually following exactly what I want, so I am going to be watching it inside this area, and we'll see if we can take that short to the downside, targeting these major lows here. Okay, so pretty simple, guys. Let me see what actually happened during this. So we have a distribution that attempted to get itself in here. We have a pretty well distribution here. To be honest, I would honestly want to see that taken out. All right, we're gonna put this as this is a high for liquidity here because I want to see that taken out. All right, we want to see that taken out. All right, pretty simple. So NU is a little bit different, right? NU we see didn't give us that official change of character. Now, like I said, we do have it on the lower time frame, right? If we go down to like maybe a 5 minute, we can see that this is the push that gave us here. But when we scale out, let's go to like the 30 minute, we can see our major structure or our major pullback, which was going from this here to this to this to this low, going from up here, right? So we can see that we didn't get that official change of character on that time frame. So NU making this high wasn't a surprise to me, even though I was looking to short the market here. But that's why we wait for confirmations, right? That's why we wait for the confirmation entry and looking to see if the market actually wants to sell there. And we can see that we didn't get any change of character or any type of price action that sellers are getting in, right? We see the market just high, low, high, low, high, low. Well, I'm saying it incorrectly, but low, high, right? We just seemingly just passed through this area. So once we're seeing that, when we're seeing the price action is maintaining itself, we know that, okay, maybe the market is not going to sell from here, right? And it did not, right? We didn't see that sell off from there, which I'm not surprised when I was seeing the market just trade itself up here and just with this confident buying. So that's not a surprise to me. Also, I told you guys about this potential accumulation that was going to happen here on NU, potential accumulation into a redistro. We didn't see that redistro because we didn't confirm the low, but we actually got to push above these highs. I am still a seller here on NU. In fact, I am more now, really, I am more towards the selling favor now because we are back in these high premium pricing, right? We're back in this very premium pricing here on NU based on this area, right? We can see that this is the main high here that caused the manipulation of all of this, right? All these previous highs, and that is what's currently holding our current leg to the downside. So what we would like to see is we'd like to see sellers get inside this area. So this is a major area that we got to pay attention to. So yes, I am looking to sell in NU. Well, how actually we're going to do that? That's a question that I don't know the answer to. I'm be honest with you. Because I don't see any price action that's telling me we're ready to go down. We could potentially build a bigger schematic, or we could potentially raid this smaller type 4 schematic that happened here. It's kind of like, this is not the best schematic to, kind of be confident in. Just the type 4. But we could build a bigger schematic, or let's say the market just starts redistributing. Let's say we get an accumulation, we get back up here, and then we invalidate that, right? Maybe this is Asian session, and then we have London session coming here. We could potentially look for mitigations and just continue to market lower. If it's going to give us that bearish market cycle early, then we don't need it to come back above these highs, right? If we're seeing that bearish market cycle, accumulation and validation of that accumulation, then yeah, that'd be a perfect potential, testing trade that you'd be like, okay, let's see. And you was testing us, right? Let's see if it's actually gonna continue lower, or maybe we'll get that drive towards the upside to give us that official distribution, whatever the case may be. But just make sure you're watching NU. NU is in a key area. It is in a premium price, and if sellers are willing to get into NU, this is gonna be the area they're gonna do it at. All right, so ACAD's pretty simple. I like ACAD. ACAD is very, very clean. I told you guys on our latest daily market analysis about this potential accumulation, which happened. And I mean, if you guys were looking to take maybe buys off of that, then that's you, right? If you're a scalper and you know how to get yourself in this to where to target here, that's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Like I said, I teach concepts. So if you're able to get yourself in a buy trade here, understanding that this is a potential accumulation leading us into this area, that's good, right? That means you're applying the concepts correctly, right? All you have to do is apply the concepts correctly, okay? You don't have to trade like everybody else, just apply the concepts correctly. So now that we're here, inside this area, I'm looking for shorts, right? Now that we're attempting to get here, of course, we have this high here, which I'm going to anticipate just to be liquidity for us to get into this 15-minute area here, which is holding us. You can see that here's the current price action here on ACAD. Pretty clean distribution of sellers. We have a redistro that created this low. Okay, cool. We have a distribution here that rated these highs. We create a new low. Cool. We have a mitigation of that area here, create a new low. So we're seeing this clean price action. Also, what else do we know? This is building liquidity, right? So we're going to be cautious of that as well, right? I'm not going to, let's say, rule over the fact that this is potential liquidity above these highs just because I am a seller here, right? We're not going to be biased. We're going to have a strict view of the market and an objective view of the market, seeing what's actually going on. And yes, us sellers getting into the market here means there's a lot of liquidity. We can see that there's a lot of liquidity sitting above these highs. So this could be potential trendline liquidity. Just because there's liquidity sitting here doesn't mean the market is going to take it now, right? They could use it for a later time. But let me zoom out some more on ACAD. And this is the official low that I want us to make here. I would love us to make this official low because that would mean that now we're being held by this high to whatever new low we make. So what I would say here is if the market sells off here, right? Let's say we do sell off here and we make this low and we have this huge trend line liquidity, right, that we're creating. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if we do something like this above all these highs, trade back into here, give another distro to go lower. That would not surprise me. Okay, so just keep that in mind, but just keep that potential trendline liquidity there in mind. But I am looking for shorts. I am still looking for shorts because we're not gonna, go past the obvious distribution and mitigations of that, right? We're still going to be, objective and just trading what we see. Don't trade what you think, trade what you see. So I'm saying, what are we seeing? We're seeing high, we're seeing low, took out the low. This is our point of interest. We should be selling from here. Right. So, of course, where do we get protected, right? When we're, have these different biases and everything. Confirmation. That's the important of confirmation entries, right? Like I said, I am testing new confirmation entries other than distribution, but I will say what I'm going to be looking for here is what? A distribution, right? Some type of distribution of orders or a change of character. If you understand how to take your change of character entries as well, that's a different way that you can get in. Just some type of confirmation entry that's giving you more confluence on your trade inside of this area, right? Because we know that there's potential trendline liquidity of here, and not every POI is going to hold, okay? So just because it's a POI doesn't mean the market has to sell from here. So that's why we do look for those confirmation entries, those extra entries, those extra confluences on our trades to have much more profitability in our win rate, right? So just look to see the price action actually rejecting from here. Look to see if we actually see candles that are supporting our bearish bias. And then after that, you just get in. Okay, just get in, and we're targeting this low, right? It's going to be our main target. Now, if you have personal targets, you have shorter targets, that's fine as well. But this is going to be the main target for ACAD. Okay, now moving on to UJ. And UJ is a very interesting pair. We can see that we came down here. We took out these lows. Unfortunately, I was actually seeing if we could go a little bit lower, getting back into this reaccumulation, but we didn't do that. So I'm just simply waiting for this high to be taken out here. After that, I do see that this area here is going to be our area that is going to break this high, right? So this is going to be the first point of interest that we're going to look into. Most likely this candle right here, this 30-minute area here is going to be the first area we want to look into once we do break that high. So this is going to be our first point of interest to kind of trade into to take us higher. If not, then we're probably going to look into this whole move itself, maybe getting down here into like the discounted point of it. But that's going to be the main area for now once we do break out this high, since that is going to be our reaccumulation. So just keep that in mind as well. Like I said, UJ is pretty simple. I am a buyer here on UJ, and I have a major target, which is going to be this high right here. So just any opportunity that you see that you can buy UJ that makes sense, try to get yourself in there. All right. And let's go on DXY real quick. So like I told you guys, when I do these market analysis, I'm only going to cover these pairs right here because those are the main pairs that I'm looking at, right? These are the majors. So except for ACAD. ACAD is not a major. I don't have USHEF in here. USHEF and UCAD, I kind of expelled them from from my analysis for now, right? I was getting annoyed by their price action, so I kind of just removed them from my majors that I was looking at. But maybe they'll make it back into it. I don't know. If you guys have any other charts that you want me to look at, right? Let's say you want me to look at NCAD, or maybe what's another crazy pair? ASHEF, or maybe let's see, what's another? EA, GA, right? All those pairs, guys, just write it down in the comments. Okay, just let me know. You guys are in the Discord as well, right? Use that to your advantage, right? Just talk to me and let me know what pairs you do want me to look at. If you have any conflicting ideas on all of these pairs and you think differently, let's say you think G is going to go higher and I think it's going to go lower, tell me that and we can have a discussion about it. And I would like to see your idea and why that you think that, right? I'm not right, you're not right, right? We're both wrong. We both could be wrong. I could be right, you could be wrong, you could be right, I could be wrong, right? The market's going to do what it does, okay? We're just putting our opinions on it. So the market is just information. It's going to do whatever it wants to do. So, you know, we can't stick to that, but we can talk about it and we could see where our ideas, you know, conflict or whatever the case may be. But I'm going on a rant and I don't want to. So I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible with knowledge. Okay. Let's see. DXY. So like I said, I am still confident DXY is taking out this high. So I do believe that we could get one more rally towards the upside on DXY just to take out that high. We can see that we're potentially building a schematic like I've been saying, and I see a smaller schematic being built here. We have our first primary supply here. We can see our official buying climax to our rally. We have a potential secondary test / up thrust, and then we have a potential U-test. So I do believe we could get some drives above this. Whether or not we do confirm this schematic, you know, that's for the market to decide. But I am confident that we will drive above these highs. Okay, so that is going to be it for this market analysis, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Like I said, recommend me anything that you want to watch. If you have any ideas for, let's say, the mentorship, you need some updated videos on any of the, you know, teachings that I've taught, or you want some more information on them that maybe you didn't understand something, or you have questions on something, please let me know, guys. Do not join the group and not ask for information. All right, there's many profitable traders in here that you can learn from. Just talk. Okay, that's all you have to do is just talk and socialize. That was one of my main motivations for creating a trading group, because I know how lonely trading can be. I know how lonely trading can be, especially in your first couple of years, especially if you're a beginner. Trading can be lonely. So socialize, guys. Talk to people. You'll learn a lot more. Okay, learn from people. You know, socialize around. Send your ideas, send your charts, and you're gonna get better. Trust me. The more you invest into it, the more you invest into how your trading is, how your charts look and stuff like that. The more you socialize with other traders, the more invested you'll be as a trader yourself. So you'll learn more gradually. Okay, so that is something that I wanted to say, and that is pretty much it, guys. It is the weekend right now. It is a Saturday, so I'm gonna figure out what I can get myself into. Nothing crazy. Okay, nothing crazy, but I shouldn't be on the charts right now. But I did want to record this market analysis a little bit early, just in case. But that is pretty much it, guys, right? I will see you guys in the next one. Also, one more announcement, man. Actually, no, I don't have an announcement. Yeah, never mind, guys. Never mind. All right, so I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.